Yo, welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Al Frazier. And as you know, even though it's a different background, you're gonna get the same game, baby. So let's get right into it. Oh, before I start, if you could please like and subscribe to always catch this vibe. I see my follower count or my subscriber count's going up one or two by a day. So if y'all could get me to 100 before this year is out, we got about maybe a week left, I would say. But yeah, man. So let's keep it rolling. So we got some things we need to talk about, man. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm really glad. I know I say this probably a lot on my podcast, but I'm really am. Sorry, I was warming something up, but I really am glad. Let me grab this right quick. Uh, I'm really glad that I started this podcast because, like, I was on Facebook this morning and the Craig Crumble had popped up because like I usually like share stuff and things like that. So like as the years go by, stuff pop up from the years previous, and so it showed me things like, and I know we're supposed to be talking about the Eagles, but I talk about the Phillies on here too. But I had said about I had said like, bro, this might be a bad idea just for it to come to fruition a year later, and we need him to pitch two of the best games of his life, and he just craps the bed. So we're not gonna stay on that. But that's one of the reasons why I like to do this, because I feel like sometimes, and I always say, like, I have no sources, bro. I have no sources. This is pure speculation. But I feel as though that anybody could do this, but I feel like I can. Anybody, like, you got logical common sense that you can kind of somewhat get a feel for what's going on. Not exactly what's going on, but a feel for what's going on. So with that being said, some reports have come out about Jalen Hurts questioning, not I don't want to say really questioning, but they would like him to lead in a different way, a little bit more openly than he usually does. Now, people have been saying since Jalen's been with the team that he really doesn't show too much emotion and things like that, which I understand. But it's like, and I had said this in my previous video. I said, could it be Jalen Hurts? And when I said that, I didn't want to say it like, and I didn't mean it in a way where it was like, because he hasn't been playing well this year. You just gotta keep it. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it a beam, man. He ain't been playing well, but not in a sense. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming Jalen fully for the simple fact that I think when you draft a quarterback, right, in your organization, I don't care what organization this is, every quarterback is not the same. So you have to put pieces, experienced pieces, coaching. That's when I'm talking about the experienced pieces, a lot of different coaches, because we talk about the coordinators, but there's other coaches too, your quarterback coaches, your wide receiver coaches and stuff like that. They play a part into the overall success of the organization and of course the team. So my thing is this. The reports coming out saying that he's not being that type of leader that the Eagles are looking for. I feel like it's kind of BS because all the reports that's been coming out about are how predictable our offense is. Then we had to make the switch between the two DCs. And I will say I do like Matt Patricia for what he did. All right, and we can sit here and talk about how James Bradbury gave up that last play, but the defense last game did what they were supposed to do. You know what I mean? These people, they're humans. They're gonna get tired. So it's like, yeah, I'm mad at James Bradbury overall throughout the year. And then that game just really showed me, like, all right, maybe we need to do something about this. But overall, Matt Patricia, I thought, did a better job. Not a better job, but a good job with the defense. I would like to see some more blitzing and things like that. But overall, I think he's done a good job so far for that one game. Okay. We'll see. Like I said before, we'll see how it plays out for the simple fact that we're going against, I don't want to call them mediocre teams because it's any given Sunday. And how we've been playing, it's possible that we can lose out. I'm not sitting there saying we will. I'm trying to keep the faith, but I gotta be real because I've been saying this all season. Like, the 10-1 was good and all that, but I said when we went 10-1, I said, man, this ain't looking. It still don't look good. So when people are sitting here talking about Jalen Hurts or any other player for that matter, are the coaches really getting everything they need to get out of these players? Like I said, are you putting the players where they need to be? Because the scheme we already talked about on the defense is not good. All right. But overall, I feel like this falls on Nick Sirianni and the coaching staff. because now Nick has come out and has taken full blame for the offense, saying that's his offense. Brian Johnson only calls the plays and stuff like that, which he also plays a part. Brian Johnson, I'm speaking of too. Excuse me. He also plays a part because he got to call the plays. And I've been saying situationally, some of these play calls that he's been making doesn't make sense. But then there's other reports that are coming out that Nick Sirianni likes big plays. He likes splash plays. But then he also doesn't want to allow splash plays. So to me, it's just somewhat contradicting because it's like we can't create no type of offensive rhythm to even get a splash play, but I don't want to say a lot of splash plays get thrown on us, but they chop our defense up every week. So it's like, what are we really trying to convey here as a team? And then I said locker room issues and things like that. I was figuring just because of the losing aspect, but then at the same time, when you have the caliber of players on your team, with Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, even your defensive side, like all them type of guys, they are used to a certain standard. They want to win, you know what I mean? And then they're used to being utilized in a way where they're part of the winning. So you get A.J. coming out talking about talking crazy to LB. I don't want to say he talk crazy, but like I understand, AJ's upset. But I don't feel like LB said nothing wrong because that's what it kind of looks like. And that's what people have to remember. Like, people like us are going to speculate. There's going to be people that be way worse than me because I think I keep it kind of cool. But there's going to be people way worse than us sitting there saying things on the outside, you know what I mean? And players are going to hear it, and then they take the Twitter or their social medias to express how they feel, which I understand. But at the same time, this is part of the game, man. Like, especially as a Philadelphia Eagles fan or any type of Philadelphia fan, bro, because I like the Eagles, I like the Flyers. You know what I'm saying? I like all the Philadelphia teams. We are those types of fans. We expect not greatness, but we expect, that you at least give all of your effort. Because then if we see that, then we're like, you know what, we could take this L. But when you go out there week to week, and I can understand why the Eagles are probably saying this because they probably do want Jalen to speak up. I don't know what Jalen says in the locker room, but I could probably understand why the Eagles are saying this because of what they are seeing displayed on the field. Like I said, we've been putting BS on tape all year. They probably want Jalen to be like, you know what, maybe we should go back to maybe doing what I was best at. I don't know what they want him to say, but maybe that's what it needs to be said because for us to be night and day from this year and last year, the only common denominator I can say is a Shane Steichen. We really miss Shane Steichen, and we miss Jonathan Gannon too. Like, I only seen Matt Patricia for one game, and don't get me wrong, he did look good. But my thing is, this was Jonathan Gannon was running his defense last year, and it wasn't you know what I mean. We gave up the Super Bowl and stuff like that, but it was way better than what we saw what we've been seeing this year. Same thing with Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen, we are missing his play calling. We are missing his situational play calling. I don't know exactly how it worked last year, but if it's working anything like how it worked this year, situational play calling is the number one reason why we can't get any type of motion on the offense. I promise y'all, because when you're going, I can keep saying it. When you only need 8 yards or you only need 7 yards or so, something less than 10 yards on the third down, and you opt out for a bomb. And then you get Nick Sirianni coming out. And that's why I say experienced coaches you need around these players because when Nick Sirianni comes out in his press conference, and he also looks like he's not been getting any sleep. He looks like a man that knows his job is on the line. So he looks like it's pressure on him and all that other stuff, but he looks like he's feeling the heat. So, but with that being said, he sits here and comes out and sits there and talks about that last play of the drive, why he felt that, and I don't know if this is him covering for Jalen, because my thing was I didn't want Jalen out there to be playing sick anyway because I seen all the mistakes he was making. Not to say he wasn't making mistakes during the year, but people always say when you're like, I seen somebody say you're sick, you ain't really. Yeah, you are. When you sick, you're still not all the way there. Like you might not have the the feel, but you're feeling it when you slow down to catch your breath, that sickness kick back in. So my thing is, when Jalen was out there doing what he was doing, and he's sitting there talking about we were trying to go for a PI call. I've never seen that play in Madden. I've never seen that play called by anybody else. And I'm not sitting there saying that, try when it's an opportune time. But that was not an opportune time to be like, let's try and underthrow the ball to AJ, whatever they were trying to do there to get a PI call. That's not football. You're literally leaving the decision to the ref. You know what I mean? If it was to get to that point, but it didn't get to that point, it got intercepted. So it's like for him to say that, I wouldn't expect an experienced coach to say something like that. I feel like Nick Sirianni is catching up with him, man. I really do feel like it's starting to catch up with him, because to say that the reason why they brought him in, he had a great offensive mind and stuff like that. I have not seen this offensive mind yet to this day. All due respect. That's why I said Shane Steichen, and it's proof. Like people can sit here and say, "Oh, it's other stuff," and it is probably other stuff personnel wise and things like that. But the one thing I can say is us losing our coordinators, but Shane Steichen was probably the worst loss for us when it comes to this offense, because he had it clucking. He had it clucking, and he got it clucking as a head coach with the Colts. And he doesn't even have the same amount of talent. Don't get me wrong, the Colts are a talented team, but they're not, compared to the Eagles. Eagles are a way more talented team. And look what Shane Steichen is doing with the Colts and Gardner Minshew as his quarterback. It's amazing to see, but it just further proves my point that you can sit here and say you don't like the way Jalen's he leads, or how he comes out and does this, or how this player doesn't do this. But one common denominator I can always keep going back to is Shane Steichen, because Shane was the one. He was keeping everything in order on the offense. The fact that we can't even score over 16 to 17 points, but was scoring double that last year, it's Shane Steichen, bro. I don't know if the coaches can see the field. I don't know what it is, but whatever, like Shane had it looking like Kyle Shanahan back there, or McVay. A lot of motion in the backfield, a lot of making the defenses pick and choose. Like, is it a pass run play? You know what I'm saying? It was giving us more options to run out of the backfield. So now it's like we get QB design runs, and I seen something where it's like Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback that has the same. You don't have only about one or two QB design runs or something like that, which is crazy. But I don't even feel like they should be running Jalen Hurts the way they have been. The fact that you got DeAndre Swift, not utilizing DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny still sitting on the bench. He has not really seen the field this year. I'm guessing we're going to see Boston Scott, because I seen a statistic that says he always scores when we play the Giants. So yeah, but I don't know, man. It's a lot going on. But if we implode, man, they're gonna like and I'm talking about from top to bottom. The Eagles are really gonna have to look at how they assess their coaches. Like when we brought Doug in here, I thought that was pretty decent, because Doug was an older quarterback, not a quarterback. Well, he used to be a quarterback, but he was an older coach, and experience and stuff like that, seeing things. I'm not saying that Nick Sirianni is not experienced, but I just feel like this is when your experience should show, and we're not seeing it. So for me to sit here and say that I'm 100% or 90% or 80%, like, oh yeah, he can make this work, I don't feel that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like, and people are like, oh, y'all 10-4, like y'all die to be 10-4. Yeah, we 10-4, but that's not it. And everybody keep concentrating on that record, 10-4. I'm thinking about the future. Say we do lose out. You know what I'm saying? Say we lose out. We got to start this all over again next year. And then will it be with the same coach? Because if it is, then they're going to get the same results. They're going to have to go out here and find a different coach. Maybe find some different coordinators. Then just try to start a whole new scheme all over again if they allow that. So it's like, you got to pick your poison, but my thing is, I'm leaning more toward it. Well, I can't really say I'm leaning toward it, but my thing is this: depending on how this season plays out, will be a key factor in what I'm gonna be thinking. But right now, I don't feel like the Eagles are going to go out. Like, I think they can beat the Giants. Don't get me wrong; they should beat the Giants. They should really win these last 3 games. But with all the internal conflicts going on, and it's like a piece by piece come out every day, every few days, that we're hearing different things. That's not good, to be honest with you. Like, to hear about a playoff team having this many problems is concerning. I I thought it would be taken care of by now. I thought we would maybe see a turnaround by now, but we haven't. So what's tomorrow? Sunday. Eagles play Monday, I think. So yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. So I'll probably make another video if anything else comes out. But yeah, man, I'm gonna watch this Giants game on Christmas Day. Hopefully, don't let us down. And I'm praying for the best. But I really do think we can get this W. And on the flip side, I do want to say this before I get off here. If we can, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to try out. I don't want to say try out, but if they were trying to try and do anything, like any new changes. These last 3 games, I'm not sitting there saying get too crazy with your changes, but if there's anything that they were trying to try or trying to implement, I feel as though that maybe not against Jonathan Gannon, but against the Giants, I feel like they'll be able to do some stuff that they've been trying to implement, if they're trying to implement anything. But this would be the most opportune time to see somebody like Rashad Penny come in, get a lot of your older, giving your older guys some rest. The younger guys too, because they need some rest too. Look like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and some of the other rookies were getting winded earlier and stuff like that, because the college season is not as long as the NFL season, so that's understandable. But I feel like and I don't know if I ever said this before, but like when I play ball, like I'm the type of player I have to make a layup first. If I can't see that ball going through that net with a layup or something, that's going to be probably my worst game. Now, I'm nowhere near no NBA player, nothing like that, but I'm more of a rhythm player. Like I need to see the ball go through the hoop, and then after that, it's a wrap. I'll get back into my little joint. You know what I'm saying? Get to shooting, get to doing whatever I gotta do. But I feel like these could be some layup games to get the Eagles back into where they need to be. You understand what I'm saying? It look maybe an easy win here. I'm not going to say it's an easy one, but an easier one than playing somebody like the Buffalo Bills, the Dallas Cowboys, the 49ers. This could be an easier win. Work out some of your technical difficulties that y'all been having throughout the year. Some things y'all trying to implement. This is giving Matt Patricia some time to maybe I did hear in his press conference that he wanted to implement some other things in the defense. They still said it's Sean Desai's defense, which is Coach Sirianni's defense. I don't know what that's all about, but that's neither here nor there. But I would like to see that. I feel like Matt Patricia is, like I said before, is a decent DC. So we'll see how it goes. And I also want to say that he came out and said that him and Darius Slay, made up. He said he gave each other a big hug in the hallway. I know I said some things in my last video, which is fine, because my thing is this. I'm going to stick by that. All due respect, I'm going to stick by what I said about Darius Slay. But my thing is, I'm glad to see, as a man, I'm glad to see 2 men being able to put their differences aside for the greater common good, for the greater common goal, actually. So they said that he's been helping Matt Patricia get accustomed to what's going on and vice versa. So I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to hear that. Can't be mad at that. But Darius Slay, I will say this, man. I don't care about, bro. I ain't trying to be rude, but don't nobody care about your individual stats when the team is in a slump right now. With all due respect, I know you an athlete and things like that, but sometimes it's a time and a place for certain things, and you don't want to make it seem like, not that he'd even care, but my thing is, you don't even want to make it seem like to an Eagles fan that you just ain't trying to get you 100%, especially during times like this. That's all I was trying to get at, but it is what it is. But yeah, man. So I'm hoping that we get back on track for this for this Giants game. It'd be a more telling sign if we lose against the Giants opposed to us winning, because like I said, that's really going to seal the deal for me. Like if we lose against the Giants at all, it's going to seal the deal for me, and I'm gonna be like, you know what, it's going to be a different video coming out next time. So with that being said, man, I don't want to hold y'all up, but like I said, I appreciate y'all. I've been doing this since July, man. I appreciate y'all watching, liking, subscribing. I see the views going up each and every day, man. Old videos, new videos. It's a blessing. So I really do appreciate it. And like I said, man, it's now from the No Cut Sports Podcast. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all be safe.